Okay, let's see if we can do this without any distractions this time. Okay. Hey, it's Chris. It's the end of April, so I thought I would, show the books I read for the month of April. Um, yeah, so I read 7 books. I have 6 of those books with me. One of them I've already returned to the library. But this is a good month. I actually had a goal this month to read 7 books, and I actually was able to achieve it. So I'm pretty proud about that. But so the 7 books I read was Babel, Hereafter, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, The House in the Cerulean Sea, A Tale for the Time Being, Howl's Moving Castle, and Princess Bride. So let's talk about each one. I'm just gonna jump right. Okay, Babel. I've already done a review over. I really liked it. It was really good. I gave it 5 stars. It was one that I thought I would have to put down, but I ended up not putting down. So it was good. The next book I read was Hereafter by Amy Lynn. It was my book of the month book for March. It was pretty good. It was a memoir. It's about her husband passing away and her grief that she's had to deal with that. It was pretty poignant. I probably said that wrong, but I gave it 3 stars. It was good. What was interesting to me about it is that it's almost like journal entries, kind of, me. So like it's just like entries. So I really enjoyed it. It was 3 stars. So yeah. So it was the second book I read. I read that from the 11th to the 14th. The next book, I actually read 2 books in one. It was, this one was for the prompt, a grieving character, and since she's talking about her husband passing away and her grief over that, I felt like this was a good book to fulfill that prompt for, so that's why I chose it. Excuse me, Richard. My cat is once again helping me. The next book I read was Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. It was for the prompt, part of a duology. So here's my copy. It's actually one of my antique books I have. It's from a year, 1936. So this is actually complete works of Lewis Carroll. So it has all of his stuff, including Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. So I read both of those books. They're not very long. They're pretty short. I did not care for either of them, to be honest with you. I gave it 2 stars. I did not care for it. I've watched the movie, the animated movie, Disney movie. I didn't care for it either. I thought it was too different for me. I really like different weird stuff, but Alice's Adventure Wonderland was just, I couldn't get into it, so I gave it 2 stars. But the next book I read was The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. I really enjoyed this book. I gave it 4 stars. But yeah, I don't really have anything really to say about it. It was really good. I was really rooting for, oh crap, what was his name? Hold on. Linus. I blanked for a second. Linus Baker was the main character. I was really rooting for him at the end. I felt like he was good. Yeah, I really liked it. I'm gonna read more of T.J. Klune in the future, but After that, I read. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry. House in the Cerulean Sea was for. What was the prompt for that one? I don't remember the prompt. Can't remember what the prompt was, but I read it. And I really liked it. The next prompt one was A Tale for the Time Being by Ruth Ozeki. I really liked it. It was different. I like the two different perspectives of it. I can't remember what the prompt was for this one either, but I really like this book. I gave it 3 stars as well. This is actually, yeah, so this was really good. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I like the two different perspectives. The idea of like one writing from like the past into the future, and the other one reading what the other one wrote, and then trying to piece everything together. I liked that. It was really a good book. So there's that one. That was book number 5. Book number 6 was one that I was looking forward to reading, and it was okay. But it was for the prompt, it has an apostrophe in the title. So I chose Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. I mean, I watched the movie, the Miyazaki movie. I love that movie. It's actually one of my favorites of his movies that he's done. So I really wanted to read it. And it was pretty similar. There was some things that was in the book that's not in the movie. And that's always like a toss-up. Some people think that the book's better. Some people think the movie's better. I liked them both. I gave this one 4 stars. It was really good. But, yeah. The last book I read, though. It was a revenge. The prompt was for a revenge story. Stuttering a little bit. But, no, wait. That's not it. That's what I'm reading right now. The last book I read involved a wedding, I think. Anyways, the last one was The Princess Bride by William Goldman. I love this book. I love the movie. Let me tell you a little bit about this movie. This is one of my mom's favorite movies, and growing up, we would watch this all the time. Princess Bride. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, and I love this movie. And I knew there was a book. I just never really looked into it, But when I was going to Baylor fencing, a lot of times they would talk about the Princess Bride and like the fencing scenes and how accurate it was to actually fencing and all the techniques and all the methods of that they talked about. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, and I read the book. I finished it in one day. I sped through that thing, and it was really good. I love the book so much. I gave it 5 stars, so I got 2 5 stars this month. But Princess Bride definitely is going to be one of my favorite books I read this year. It's one I was really looking forward to. It did not disappoint. In fact, I think in some aspects it might have been better than the movie. And I love the movie, like a lot. But yeah, I sped through that book though. I read it so fast, and we were traveling to my aunt's house in Plainview, and I was traveling with my mom, my aunt, and it was freaking my aunt out because every time she looked in the back seat, I was just smiling, grinning from ear to ear as I was reading, and it really freaked her out because that's not me. I don't really do that a lot. Smiling just for the fun of it. But I was really into that book. I love this book. I will read it again and again and again, just like I watched the movie over and over and over again. We had a VHS copy of Princess Bride that my mom had when before she had me, we watched that VHS tape so much, we actually destroyed the tape. We burned a hole in it. So, I love them. I love Princess Bride. It's one of my favorite books. One of my favorite movies. So, but that's really it for the month of April. I'm currently reading Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. Texan accent. For my next prompt, which is a revenge story. No, wait. I'm wrong. Princess Bride, the prompt for it is a revenge story. Count of Monte Cristo is for the prompt written by a ghostwriter. He had a lot of his works. He worked with a ghostwriter for parts of it. Let me find the name of the ghostwriter really quick. Count of Monte Cristo. Miss of Cristo. I'm looking up the name really quick. I don't want to say something wrong. Okay, so his ghostwriter was named Augusta Maquette. Oh, it's French, and I'm awful at French, but so Wikipedia says it was expanded from plot outline suggested by its collaborating ghostwriter Augusta Maquette. So it's for that was it for that one. I'm maybe almost halfway through now. It's a big book, you know, and I'll talk more about it in another video. But it was one of those books, like, because it's serialized. A lot of books in the 1800s were serialized in journals and newspapers, and they were serialized. So I thought about doing that and like reading each serialization. Count of Monte Cristo was published in a, let me find it again so I can say it right. Nope, that's not it. Okay, so it was published in the Journal des Débats, which was Journal of Debates. It ran from 28th of August 1844 to 15th of January 1846. I'm currently reading off of Wikipedia. So I thought about doing that and doing just the serialization, like when each one was published, but I counted it and there's like over 100 and I think 60 something publications that they did. Like it was weekly for 2 years. So that would take me almost if I did it now, it would be like almost a year. So I'm doing my normal, taking a week long to read the book. But yeah, so far I like it a lot. I watched the movie. I don't know which one, early 2000s one. It was years and years and years ago though. But so far I'm liking the book. But yeah, I'll do a review video whenever that comes out. Yeah. So those are my 7, I guess if you count Monte Cristo, 8 books that I read in April. So I'm gonna do the same thing for May. I'm actually gonna try to do 8 books in May. So we'll see how that goes. It should be pretty good though. But that's it for now. Bye.